So as you can see, the roof is now finished and the veranda is a usable space and it's completely watertight. And this week Simon is not going to be with us because his family are over visiting, so we're going to use this time to do a lot of little jobs and get ready for the winter to come and the rain which is on its way.
Our next major project is the floor. To get started, we need to clear this area to make room for the materials when they arrive.
I'm tired. I've done my morning workout. I'm gonna go and have a glass of water. Hurry. Oh, the flies are very annoying.
Well, Omar did clean everything around the car park and everything looks a little bit more organized for when we have to order things, which we're gonna do tomorrow. We got a bit sidetracked today because we are talking to a company in Czech Republic to get more information about the boiler stove. So they really need so much information, which is obviously, it makes a little sense. So Omar is just organizing that at the moment. We've just been making a big floor plan with all of the details, the dimensions, the insulation that's going to be in, so they can calculate how much energy it requires the room to be heated, which is the living room, and then the output to the other rooms as well, because we're going to have a boiler stove that's going to be connected to radiators, but we really want to have something that has a fire that we can look at as well. So we found a really nice stove boiler in Czech Republic and we're just organizing that right now. But this is why we haven't done very much with it, but actually we've just been doing a lot of calling Czech Republic and sending emails and so on. But I'm very excited because I will love to have a stove to look at the fire. It just looks so cozy and we've never really had that before, so it's gonna be really beautiful to have that against the stone wall as well. I'm just gonna go and pick up something that arrived here. I have a post, and then tomorrow we're gonna continue with everything we need to do this week, and also have a barbecue at Simon's with his parents. That's gonna be really nice.
Okay, so I'm waiting for my delivery and now I'm going to clean out all of this area. Tidy.
Hello guys, it's a really lovely morning over here. It's a bit fresh and not too hot, so it's perfect timing to paint this bit over here. So someone mentioned actually in the last video how the wall plate might have been weakened, well, the rafters, because the rafters are quite big. But actually we did do what you were trying to advise to do, which was to add another piece of wood to reinforce it. So that was done right after, but at the moment it's a different color, so it's natural, and then the wall plate is actually being varnished, and it really is not looking that great. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to varnish that piece of wood so everything blends in and looks much prettier. So let's do that. We've actually been enjoying this area a lot ever since the floor and the roof was done. It's such a beautiful area, and it actually has like a really different vibe to the container. It just feels a bit more secluded and you can see more of the land. And yeah, I think once we have the floor done and then we have a little bit of plants here, maybe a hammock, it's gonna be an amazing space just here of our room. So I think we're very lucky. Jenny, are you gonna help me paint? Oh, okay, thank you so much. There you go. Well, that's another job done. Scratch from the list of things to do. It looks a lot better, and I'm just thinking about if he needs another layer or not. I'm going to see Simon today, so I'm gonna ask him if he needs 2 coats, but I'm really happy that that was done. It didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to, so that's really good, because being on that ladder is not easy. Don't know how Simon does it, so but yeah, I'm very happy with it. And yeah, let's see what else we can do before next week.
So now I am going to go to the shop and order lots and lots of gravel for the floor. So I have just finished my order, got myself my Brita, and also managed to pick up some linseed oil. So when I get back, we can start treating the veranda of the container, because that really needs a good treatment before the winter sets in.
So we're driving now to the garden center because we received some contributions by one of you guys. So thank you so much to Peter for giving us 50 euros, which is amazing. So we are going to use that to buy some trees, which I think is a really good way of contribution. So we're gonna go and get a bougainvillea, which we always wanted one. And I think if we have, which we'll probably have plenty for trees, at least 1 nut tree and 1 fruit tree, and then we're gonna walnuts, and then we're gonna choose a fruit as well and see what happens. So we're gonna take you there with us to have our bougainvillea, which I'm very excited about.
I just heard that it's not Bergen, it's bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea, is that your mom?
That's my mom.
Oh, okay. Bougainvillea. In Spanish we call it trinitarias. Exotic. So we got our 3 trees that we wanted. The bougainvillea, we got a walnut tree, and we got a lemon tree because we eat lots of lemons. So thank you very much to Peter once again for that contribution. This is what you got us. So we also got the, seized the opportunity to get a pot and some compost as well. So we're gonna do that later today. How cool, eh?
Very cool. I'm gonna go plant it now.
Big pot we got.
Mira. So the summer has finished and the rains have come, which means it's the perfect time to plant all of the trees that we have. And we have quite a few trees. You just saw us buy some trees, but we also have a guava tree, an apple tree, and this lovely azalea tree. So today we're going to plant them because finally the ground is wet enough to dig a hole deep enough to plant them. And this tree in particular is very, very sensitive. It requires an acidic soil. And so what we've decided to do is put it in a pot instead. So Andrea actually surprised me with this ring the other day. It's from Gentlebands, who are sponsoring this video, and I have to say I really like it. She picked this one handcrafted out of wood, tungsten and guitar string, which is actually really meaningful to me because when I'm not building things, I like to play guitar. So I had a look at the website after Andrea gave it to me, and I have to say I was really impressed with all of the options to make it even more personal. So you can even get rings that have fish hooks in them if you like fishing, or if you like nature and the outdoors, you can get forestry designs too. So this is the last bag for the azalea. They use some pretty incredible materials too, like titanium, dinosaur bone and meteorite. And what I really like about it is that they all come from family-owned workshops using ethically and sustainably sourced materials. They offer a free engraving service, and Andrea chose Indigo, which I thought was pretty cool. And if you don't like the ring, you can send it back for a free return. And if you love the ring, then you can get a free replacement lifetime, which is really reassuring. If you're looking for something very meaningful and personal, then you should definitely click on the link on the description down below. Alternatively, you can scan the QR code right here. And I'd like to say a big thank you to Gentlebands for sponsoring today's video. This sun came back. I have to say, we didn't think that we were going to see the sun ever again because we just literally had 3 days of rain and it was almost impossible to do anything. So, can finally start planting some trees and some plants. As you can see, we've got a lovely bougainvillea over here. And so originally we wanted to put that azalea that you just saw us do the planting over there, but then we were reading about the plant and it doesn't like to be in full sun. So we went on search for a pink tree that loves the sun, and bougainvillea it is. I love bougainvilleas. They grow like crazy. You see them all over in Spain in the town centres, and they've been like growing for centuries. So who knows, maybe this plant will live for a century and grow with this building. I hope so.
It's massive.
It's a nice rock.
Perfect for the... Then we just need to dig and then we'll get all the rocks for the wall.
You're going to be busy for a while. Okay. Cool, so I'm following this tutorial all about planting bougainvilleas, and they suggested that the hole should be twice as big and that when you return the soil around the plant, you should mix it with some good compost. So I don't really have any good compost, so I'm going to use some alright compost with a bit of horse manure as well. Cool, so we don't want this bit flapping around in the wind and potentially hurting itself, so I've made myself it looks like a bit of metal from a coat hanger. I'm just going to find somewhere to wedge this in our lovely wall. So interestingly, with these guys, the flowers aren't the pink bits, those are leaves. And the flowers are the white bits over there. Okay, so that should encourage it to grow upwards. I'm just going to knock that bit in.
Good morning, guys. It's another day. It's already Thursday. It is Thursday.
Yes.
It
hopefully.
is getting colder as well and darker in the mornings.
And next week we have a whole week of rain.
Yeah. So basically today we're going to be oiling all of the posts, and this side over here, I was going to start on this side and I'm going to start on this side over here because it's going to rain. We need to protect the wood. And some people were asking how long it takes for it to maintain itself. It hasn't been oiled in 2 years, so it's done really well.
You can really tell.
But you can tell.
Yeah.
So ideally it needs to be done every year.
We find some people say you never have to do it again, but I disagree. And I think it just looks so much nicer, and it definitely protects it, especially after a long hot summer.
Yeah.
It's the best time to oil.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna do that today, and we're gonna do that with linseed oil. And this is raw linseed oil. It's better to do it with boiled because it just gets absorbed easier. But this is what we could find, and we're gonna start now.
Yeah, it works just as well.
Yeah. Should we do it?
Yes, let's go. Got my tea, got my oil. See you later.
Your tea.
So hopefully you won't mix them up. This is the perfect thing for me today because I slept in a bad position and my neck's really stiff. It's not probably... that's sarcasm, by the way.
What sarcasm? I missed.
My neck is stiff and I'm working like this today.
Okay, so we finished oiling the posts over here on this side and almost finished the main ones as well. And they already look amazing, but we have to wait obviously to get soaked in. And the good thing about linseed oil is that you only have to do one coat and it's enough, and then next year we'll do another one and so on. But I'll show you how it looks now, and then afterwards when it's all dry I'll show you again. But the after is already quite impressive. There was a bit of leakage, so Omar is just cleaning it with soapy water. It will happen with all of those bits, and I'm just going over it with a brush and just taking a little bit of the excess so it doesn't grip as much. So we finished cleaning a little bit here just because there was a lot of bits of oil that went on it, but now it's quite hot and it's probably the best time to just clean a little bit of this area over here. And then we also have some maritime grade varnish for this floor, and it's gonna make it look a lot better, which needs to be done as well before the rain comes. Okay, so that's being washed. I'm just gonna let it dry, and hopefully today there is enough time to there is enough time to varnish it, otherwise we can do it tomorrow. And then something else that I'm gonna do today, but I'm just gonna show you the after, guys, is I really need to do another coat of the varnish in the veranda, so that's gonna happen now. And then yeah, I'm just gonna show you how it looks, because you already saw the first one, so it's not gonna be any different. And then ideally the side of the container really needs to be redone because it does need another coat of varnish. So I'm gonna try to do that between today and tomorrow. And the other idea was to, it's a hornet, there's so many hornets right now. Oh, I don't like them. All of it is done.
And meanwhile, we have a table in desperate need of oiling.
Might as well.
As well. Here we go. You ready?
Like that's like a huge difference.
It's definitely not the right oil to use. I'm sure tongue oil or teak oil or
It will do.
Danish oil.
Some people use just olive oil, so
Yeah. Completely. I like linseed oil.
nice.
It's a big difference.
Well done. Omar's been moving all the stones around, just placing them at the back so everything's a little bit clearer.
Yeah. It's a job that could have been done probably 6 months ago. I only got around to doing it now.
Well, we left them there because we will need them for the internal wall, but to be honest, it can be placed somewhere else for this wall over here. And he's also taking all of the rocks around here and trim a bit the vine trees, so it's a little bit nicer. So I'm just gonna quickly paint this over here. It's very important that it's very well protected. So I've done this one, I'm gonna do this one, and then I can paint the door. So this is the same thing I've been putting on the wall plate support. So if you wet your brush really well with the substance you're using, varnish, paint, whatever, it doesn't get really sticky, and you have to really wrap it with cling film as well. Uy, es más verde, mami. ¿Ah? Es más verde. It's not a bad color. I think it's actually a bit nicer. It's less bright. Okay, now I am full of paint. So I'm just gonna do it now. I hope it's gonna be fine without primer. So we're gonna find that out. Because otherwise the middle bit that's white is not gonna look the same. But let's see. Okay, well, wish me luck. Oh, it's great. So I have done all of the detail with the brush. I just saw a couple of bits that I have to retouch with the brush. And then after that we can go on with the roller and get all the straight bits. So just a very quick note on painting. I'm not an expert, but this is what I found. Cheap brushes are terrible. I don't really use tape because I'd rather go with a little cloth, a wet cloth, and just take any excess paint out. But I wasn't able to get into the groove very well, so this is a very good paintbrush.
that I know the brand of and I bought in England is a Harris Straight, and it's a very good brush. So I'm gonna actually continue with this one, because then you can really So just in case you want to learn that little method, it's really easy. You put some pen in your brush, just like that. And there's gonna be an excess here, so you're gonna take some of the excess out over here. And then you're going to incline your brush at an angle and just go very close to it. And then see slowly how close you have to go. And then take the excess out and then go again and take the excess out and then continue, because there's plenty of paint there. And then take the excess out. And if you have a little bit of paint in the wrong place, get a cloth, put some water and just clean it, and it will save you a lot of time trying to tape things and then risking taking the tape off and then all the paint coming off it or whatever's underneath, like the primer. So I really recommend using this, but you need a very good brush for that. Also, you can use angle ones, but a straight one also works. So yeah, this is a little tip my friend Duncan taught me when we were doing the Victorian house that we have a video on. So we learned a lot during that renovation, and this is an amazing tip that he gave us. So yeah, maybe you find it useful too. Well, I finished with the first coat of paint. It looks much nicer. I think this color looks nicer. And remember that everything in the courtyard has to have the same sort of color. So yeah, maybe those doors over there are gonna have to be painted the same color, like over here and so on, but we don't know yet. Or maybe this will change. Anyway, but for the moment, this is much nicer, this color. It only has one coat. I'm gonna let it get dry and then I'm gonna do another coat and then show you how it looks. And I think we're gonna do the metal frame that was here before, so it looks more rustic. But yeah, I'm very happy with the color, and my mom as well, which is more important.
Qué bueno. Nice.
Very liquidy.
So Andrea's done a fantastic job, as you can see on the door. I'm just going to help her do the final touch. As you can see, it's pretty much there. We're just going to change the screws. But I'm super happy, and I think Andrea's done an amazing job here. What do you reckon?
Thank you.
Finally, we've done it. Months later.
Se ve bonita.
¿Te gusta?
Sí. Sí, se ve chévere, me gusta.
Cambia los tornillos
Ajá.
Dorados.
dorados.
Ah, ok. No se ve. Chévere.